Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Miami Marlins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here, and on the hill in this one, Edward Cabrera. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
No play. That's an infield single.
It was a healthy cut, but the same can't be said for the contact. He got just enough of the ball to put it in play, and that's all he needed. Tough play for the defense on what was kind of a swinging bunt.
Kyle Tucker stands in now and watches strike one. Crow Armstrong aboard here at first with nobody out. Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Safe at second, and that was not close. Ball to strike. The pitch just missed.
2-1.
No outs. Runner on second. And a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That's a ball. Full count.
On the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Zingy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational philosophy. Whether you go to instructional league, whether you go to spring training, you see these guys even during batting practice when it doesn't matter. They're practicing that type of approach, Boog. And when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player, he steps right in and continues with the pattern that they have established at this level, which ultimately leads to a lot of success.
Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. You translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make outs at a very high rate. As my buddy Joe Sheehan says, OBP is life. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Has room, and he makes the catch. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Michael Busch digs in now.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Barely hitting over the Mendoza line this month.
And that misses. Ball one.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Runner at third, 2 away.
Two balls, one strike.
Squirts away a little bit. Nice job behind the plate there.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning, so it's got to clearly get far enough away from the catcher. If you're the runner at third, think about scoring.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
2 outs, runner at first. And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Up the middle. They get the force, and that's the 3rd out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Miami, our starter in this one, Ben Brown. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
And that one is lifted in the air. One away. And time now for the Marlins lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Kyle Stowers.
And Boog, he's a big-time run producer for these guys, man. Leading the team in homers, runs batted in, doing damage on the regular, man. Making opposing pitchers just sweat out there. It's kind of fun to watch. Get ready for a show when he steps into the box.
Bush has this one sized up. And there are 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Connor Norby. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And the Marlins down quietly. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And now the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Sanchez hauls it in, and there's one away. Moises Ballesteros now at the plate. That's a hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center. Here's Nico Horner. And that is out of play. That one missed. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Ground ball to the right side, but it kicks foul. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Ramirez on the move. He's got it. 2 away down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Vidal Brujan in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. One left for the Cubs. They lead it 1-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the left fielder, Kyle Stowers. Brown back to work. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Comes up empty.
He was really trying to stay back for something off speed. That's why he was so tardy on that swing.
Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike 3.
We see a lot of pitchers working the upper part of the zone these days, especially late in the count. But here, he goes high and hard twice to start the at-bat. At that point, it's really tough to have any idea what's coming next if you're in the box. Makes you very vulnerable to a good breaking ball like that down below the zone.
Nat Mervis, the next to hit, takes outside.
No, that's a ball.
That one to first. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. Eric Wagaman, the next up for the Marlins.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
Everything came together for him. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Tying run in scoring position. Bottom half of inning number 2. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Ranging back. And he makes the play on the warning track. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. We played 2 full. It's the Cubs 1 and the Marlins nothing. On to the 3rd inning. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get...
That one ripped. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? He hammers one out to right. His 2nd homer this series, and they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Sanchez going back on it. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's the left fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Ripped to short. Slinging it to first in time. And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
2 outs, base is empty. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it one-hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double. And his 2nd hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously? We're starting with this already. Stepping in, Carson Kelly. That ends the inning. And they limit the damage. Cubs tack on another with a solo jack. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Liam Hicks. Hicks, 25 years old, and he was born in Canada. Yeah, that's fouled off. To the right side, and that chance handled. Whips it to first.
Yep, he's out.
And a quick out, number 1. And the batter now, Javier Sanoja. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Out to short, Swanson. Tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the Miami order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jesus Sanchez. That's out to center field. That is the inning. And we're back as we go to the top of the 4th. And now it's Dansby Swanson.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So a man at first. And here is Moises Ballesteros. Outside. Ball 1. Swings through that one.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
Right side. Nice stop. To his knee. The throw. There's one. A sensational double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Nico Horner will come up to hit. High in the air, out to right. Sanchez makes the catch, inning over. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now the center fielder, Agustin Ramirez. That one's in there. 0-1.
You know, these Marlins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Late swing, fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That one off the mark, and the count 1-2.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and part of the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Runner at first with no outs here. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, now he's got 2 runners on after that walk, and things can get out of hand in a hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way to get back into the strike zone.
Stowers in the box now, takes strike 1.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Crow Armstrong snags it on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Mervis in the box now, takes strike 1. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball right side, could be 2. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Cubs 2 and the Marlins nothing. Back here in Miami, top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Vidal Brujan. Cabrera back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Cubs doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Next offering is outside. Next one is off the plate, and that's ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
So the batting order turns over, and the batter now, Pete Crow Armstrong. That's in there, 0-1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Max Meyer preparing to come on if needed. Beozo also throwing. Line drive, caught. He dives for the bag, got him. Double play. Here's Kyle Tucker, 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. Into the second deck it goes. His 11th of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
2 down, bases empty. Seiya Suzuki will hit next. Ground ball left side. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Coming home. He will score.
Waste no time there. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Now the Marlins manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Edward Cabrera is done, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Max Meyer taking over on the mound.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
So runner at second, 2 down. Now it's the DH, Carson Kelly. This to third. Throw not nearly in time. He's safe.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
Swanson in the box now. No balls and a strike. Corners are occupied with 2 down. Out to short. Dives, and he can't hang on. The run scores from third, and it's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Now the catcher up to hit. Moises Ballesteros. 1 for 2. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? He sends it into the second deck. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 8-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Base is empty with 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Nico Horner. Hit on the ground to short. Zips it to first. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now an 8-0 game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
And first offering is fouled off. Lifted in the air, out to left. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, Liam Hicks. Gets the outside corner with that one. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
It's a fit, your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. Sanoha batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Hicks leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Ballesteros gathers, throws to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Back here at Lone Depot Park, top of the 6th inning. So up now for Chicago, Vidal Brujan. Brujan measures 5 feet 10 inches, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. On the ground right side. Tosses to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. And next for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Action in the pen down there. Calvin Fauché getting loose out there. Beozo getting cranked up as well. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. 2 down, base is empty. Kyle Tucker, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back, grabs it right up against the wall. Nothing across here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 8 and the Marlins nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. That one hit to right. dives. What a play.
Hitter's got a broken heart on that one. It had base hit written all over it. Maybe extra bases. Great diving catch for the upset.
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. The Fish with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the sixth. Swings through that one for strike two.
0-2.
And down on strikes. That K is his third of the game. Chris, third time through the order and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Norby in the box with two gone and takes a look at a called strike. Just missed.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
1 ball, 2 strike.
1-2 now. Bounce to the right. Corner. Handles, throws to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Cubs 8 and the Marlins nothing. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Calvin Fauché.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Seiya Suzuki getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
To third, Norby. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Michael Busch. 3 for 3's doubled twice and single. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. Swings and misses. 0-2.
0-2.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Carson Kelly digs in now. Just missed. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Sanchez going back on it. Pulls it in on the warning track. Bottom of the 7th, down the left fielder, Kyle Stowers. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Now here's the Marlins DH, Matt Mervis. And a swing and a miss there.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
No ball, 2
The
strike.
Cubbies up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Reaching down, makes the catch.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Suzuki sizing this one up and makes the grab. And that is that. Back here in Miami, we go to the 8th. Dansby Swanson stands in. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Next offering upstairs. Next offering misses down and away. Up the middle, a dive, nice stop from his knees, the throw. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, he looks so comfortable making that play, dives, comes up with it, and then from one knee, like he's just playing catch with his kid. Nice throw across the diamond at first.
Next to hit, Moises Ballesteros. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. Liner, and this could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. Pulls in with a double, third hit for him today.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
So here's Horner now. Lined, and that's a base hit. Now a long throw home. But it's offline. It's 9-0.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now it's Vidal Brujan. Horner on the go. That one the other way, and that's a base hit. And now two aboard.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's one of the best players in the game. First pitch misses.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
That's down and in.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
On the ground to first. On to second. They get one. Throw to first, but he beat it. And up next for Chicago, Kyle Tucker. And he grounds one to the right side. Tosses to first. That's the third out. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Marlins nothing. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Brown back to work. That's in there. It's 0-1. Brown still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive. So that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
And here is Liam Hicks. And first offering is fouled off. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Good eye right there.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
And it gets by him. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull into second safely. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Javier Sanoja. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. One out and a runner at second. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Caught him looking for the K.
No, I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Sanchez stands in now and watches strike one. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Brujan pulls it down, and that ends the inning. 8 innings, 8 zeros as the shutout continues here. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Marlins nothing. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the left fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Boucher, 6'1" righty, 190 pounds, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2017. That to right, Sanchez. He's there. He's got it. One down. And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. Right side, hard hit. Steps on first for the out. Carson Kelly will hit next. And downstairs.
1-0.
Foul ball. That one inside, and a count 2-1. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Sanchez brings it in for the third out. Bottom of the 9th coming up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break. And welcome back to the ballpark. So bottom of the 9th, now the number 2 hitter, Agustin Ramirez.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Right through there for a strike.
Oh.
Next offering is fouled back.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
One down, base is empty. Swings through it for the K. And they're down to their last out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back there. And it hits the fence. Round second, digging for third. So, man aboard. And next is the designated hitter, Matt Mervis. First pitch, not close. Stowers on third with 2 out. And another ball. And that's outside. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
Eric Wagaman now at the plate. 1 for 3. And that's in there for strike 1.
Oh, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected. And the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking
hit to right, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs get a shutout on the mound.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
10-zip your final in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.